Come on. Now, oh, that's funny. I've still got the bow stuff there. There. Oops. There. There. And stay there. Oh. Now, is White Mask going to move?
You, my now for an audience. Go for an audience with the 2 feet.
All right. Audience with the 2 fingers. Yep.
Are you kind? Let's grave anchor until it will tragic across the far. But the great so brave seek to become little. Well, I'll play is, and I will defend.
I have both of those.
Ah, the chill tainted hands. The great harney in the Ademical Drigger run. Now go forth, let the word.
Let the words of the fingers guide you. Now back to Vale. He's gone. Alright, so that puts me back up here. Godric the Grafted. There's this bastard here. Maiden, where are you? Please take my grapes. Sword's going right through the shield. That's funny. neat trick.
Hello. Hello. Hello, it's rather my mistress. I was a. Could I ask that thug only if you've. Oh, what a blessed thug, please. Please.
Riding horse, riding horse.
What are you trying to start? Show me, and I'll consider. I'm not in love with. You're a first. All right. Things know you're bloody. Oh. All right then. I could be. Oh. All right. Well, but it ain't mine anyway. Lucky she ain't that.
So this is Church of the Rose. Where I'm heading for is right there.
You've had what? Aha. My dad, words are truly, I believe, even words. That's the part. Give it a try, and if it I've high, there's no the time. You'll.
All right. Let's see. So we are going to change that to that. Eh. Oh, well, thank you. There we go. Hey, is it Denda Plays? Well, thank you. That was way harder than I thought it would be. But, I got 3 invasions I gotta do. Otherwise I have to... There's another way to do that, but I'm not far enough along. Alright, there should be a... Oh, there's this. Plenty of keys. Just gonna walk right back out again. Wish it would just bloody invade. There should be somewhere out around here. There it is. All right. Be nice if it would successfully invade, for crying out loud. Oh. I think there's one out on those islands. Yep, there it is. Oh no. Just do an invasion. I need 3. It's a frustrating part of this. Come on. Give me the invasion. It's so irritating. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Maybe. Maybe not. Already got one. Ugh. This thing just will not let me invade. Alright. Maybe out here? You let me invade? Hey, Dylan. That's so crazy. It'd be nice if this stupid count on everything. No, I'm looking okay. Invasion canceled. Oh, lovely. Alright, so finally it was going to be a successful invasion. And then they took it away. Where's the third one? Oh, she's right here. Ouch. Die. Shit. Stop pausing. What the hell? That'll do it.
My dear daughter.
I like that. So this is new game +5. Wow. I mean, I'm definitely high level. There will be bosses that will be substantially more difficult than this one, but this is NG +5.
Where did he flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books. Ah, is it thy will to become?
No. I am staying
not,
just
I
like
would
I
bet.
am. I'm not afraid. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, all the way. I mean, I'm not in a rush, but I'm also not... 748,000? Nope, still need a lot more. So I'm not in a particular rush to advance, but that also doesn't mean that I'm not, like, trying to advance. So, question is, do I work my way around the lift and get up here, or do I do the lift? More importantly, do I get up here? This is probably the next area that I need to go to, which means this. I will probably keep advancing until I get to a boss that the pain is not worth playing. But I don't know when that will be. Way too many. This character's got 350 hours, I think. 360. Somewhere in there. But I have other tunes that also have similar numbers of hours. I actually stopped playing for probably more than a year. And then when people started streaming it, I thought, oh, that'd be pretty cool. I'm going the wrong way. I'm trying to go there. And like an idiot, I got turned around. Oh, crabs. Right now, I don't know why I got off the course for that. Right now, Fallout 4, I've got a cheat game running in the background of that just to sort of amuse myself. Over a long period of time, Baldur's Gate 3, World of Warcraft, I definitely put time into that way too much. Way too much time in EverQuest. Before that, PUBG. The Battlefield series up through 4. I think Battlefield 2 was still the best one. From a, not from a playability perspective today, but from a, like, engagement storyline is awesome kind of point of view. Road to Hill 13, which was a World War II game that was truly awesome. I just, you know, I don't know that it could even be modernized at this point, but that was the whole way the thing worked was awesome. The very early Call of Duties, the World War II stuff. I have. So this character is in what's called New Game 5, which means that I've played... So you have a game, and then the next time you can restart it from scratch. It's not from... You restart it with all of the non-key items in the game. So if you ever look at your equipment inventory, and you go to key items, right? There's a category of key item in this that you lose. So you'll lose all of these types of keys, the Academy key and all that. You have to go get them again. Other key items like Dragon Hearts and all that, you'll never actually lose those. So these are the types of things you keep. You keep all your books. But I don't have any... If I hadn't spent them, I would have lost all of my remembrances. The Spirit Calling Bell, all that stuff, I end up keeping all of those. You lose your runes and all that. So there's a category of item that you'll lose. They're basically quest items, but you keep all your map. Like, there's no map here, because I've already got it. I do. Usually I go into the DLC at the time that it was designed to be played, which is contrary to what I think a lot of people realize.
I am an old soul, perhaps.
The DLC is actually... the DLC is actually designed to be played after you beat Moog. That's where it fits in the storyline, right? The whole point is that if you've already beaten the Elden Beast, then Marika can't become Elden Lord. You're already Elden Lord. It's done. You've, like, finished that. And so the Consort Radahn and all that is meaningless.
Oh, when I'm absorbed, if you come to... I am totem.
So you can buy a few smithing stones from him, but if you look at the first off, there's somber missing stones, smithing stones.
Something else.
So you can buy the somber ones up to 4, but notice that these 2 are limited supply. You can only buy 3 and then he runs out. These you can buy an infinite number, but that's not, if you're looking to get smithing stones, that's not actually the way to do it. What you want to do is you want to get the bell bearings, and I don't think that I have any. Let me look. I mean, I might have some in my inventory, just so I can point at them and be those. Yeah, I don't think I do. I think you lose them all when you reset, which is why you turn them all in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have been in this set. Yeah, I don't see any bell bearings. So the bell bearings, I am... Hold on. I'm technically in combat. Let me get out of combat, and then I can open the map. See, that guy was just about to blow me up. Well, tried to, anyway. So I'm here on the map. Over here. Hopefully that explains that. So what you want to get are bell bearings, and the bell bearings you can turn into the Twin Maidens at the I don't know what to call it, round table. Yep, round table hold. So over here, these, when you turn in bell bearings, see how there's an offer a bell bearing? I don't have any to offer. Oh, well, thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. So if you look at this, I have a huge set of things I can purchase because I've turned in all the bell bearings on previous run-throughs. So I can, you can't buy the ancient ones. You can buy everything up to the maximum. So I can get up to Smithing Stone 8 and Somber 9. So that's how you want to be able to buy them. That's actually the way to do that. Oh, hold on.
My name isn't this around.
Since I'm here.
I never knew the, although I'm still looking. So I'm still looking.
Right. They are the result of looting or killing. So if you
I see nothing special.
get this out.
No, well, no crap. My big side, despite my sides.
Alright. I'm going to finish this out so I can get her doing Spirit Ashes.
It's all a bit. I'm still looking. Your dad, I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask Matt certainly. I know I can tell.
Oh, hold on. I have to make sure she doesn't have one
I
more.
suppose I'll ask Master.
Alright. Ask Hewig to teach me. So, for example, there are, in some of the instances,
Absurd. I don't.
hold on. My brain's going to keep getting hung up on that. Give me a sec to...
If I suppose I'll ask Matt.
Alright, is she gone? Yes, she is. And she's here. Alright. Oh, here we go.
Good to see. I have you to thank. I can happen. I'm as yet. But, and if well, I search Roderick.
Alright, there we go. That's done. Back up to here. So, like, if you go into... Oh, you too, Wolf. My streaming is a little bit haphazard. Daytimes is more often, and then late weekday evenings. Weekends during the day as well, but that's depends on what I've got going on in life. Usually either daytime or late night. Either when I should be working or sleeping. Just to kind of describe it. So I don't remember precisely where various ones are, but like inside some of these dungeons or various places, when you kill the final boss, they'll drop a bell bearing. There are great web. Extra Life has the has a really excellent guide that'll get you to all of the bell bearings. You know what's funny is there are still places in this game that I haven't been, or at least I don't remember having been to them, like this. Not that I need any of that, my need for this stuff is so high at this point that these are little drops in the bucket. I have done all of the endings at this point except Dung Eater's ending. That ending is so depraved and ugly that I don't know that I can, like, tolerate doing it. But I've done Ronnie, I've done Frenzied Flame, I've done, what else? Frenzied Flame standard ending. I've done Perfect Order. I've done the Fia's ending, Curse Mark. I forget what that one's called. Where you do the Curse Mark of Death. Not sure why it took me off the horse, but... I think the best ending is Ronnie's ending. I think that's the best ending for the game. Just an opinion. Alright, so... 8? 7? Standard, Ronnie, Perfect to Order, Fia's ending, Frenzied Flame, did I say that one already? Dung Eater. I think there's one more. I'm not thinking what it is. Some of the endings don't do much. Frenzied Flame and Ronnie's ending have significant differences in what the world appears to be afterwards. The other ones, you basically end up just sitting on a throne, whatever the ending is. And then until you play again, basically. Could do this. Does it have range? It does. I hate those big hands. So, here's the deal. in order to do those endings, you have to have done potentially lots of things in the middle of the game before you can get that ending. Ronnie is an obvious storyline ending, so it's not terribly difficult to do hers as long as you kind of follow her path. I'm actually lining myself up for the first step in that path. Frenzied Flame is an ending that once you have taken the Frenzied Flame, you are in the Frenzied Flame ending whether you want it or not. You can undo being set up for the Frenzied Flame ending, but that in itself is a whole nother thing. A standard ending obviously is just standard. The rest of them actually require you to have done some specific quest levels, some quest steps, in some cases a lot of them, throughout the game. So the Fia ending requires that you've done her whole quest line, which isn't particularly long. And then you agree to, in conversations with her, you agree to some very specific terms, and you have to have looted some certain items, which are not difficult to get. For, I think, probably the hardest ending is getting the one for Dung Eater. That one is a very fragile ending that requires that you do a very specific series of things. And unfortunately, it's an ending that will lock you out of other endings. Or it's an ending that will lock you out of other things that you might want to do in the quest. So you have to do what I'm doing, which is you're basically playing the game again. Now, there is a way to save the game immediately prior to ending and then going back and loading it back in again, but you've got to read up on how to do that. It's a very specific thing that you have to do. Oh, come on. That's just rude. So, the only... when you get to the end of the game, you are given choices. You may not be given all the choices. I don't think you can get all the choices. But you're given a series of choices of how you want to end the game. The one exception to that is Frenzied Flame. Once you engage the Frenzied Flame, you're stuck with it. You have no choice except a very specific quest line. You must, and you may have already done part of it, you must have done the Millicent quest line, and then once you've finished it, you have to go help Millicent defeat her sisters. And that is done, this is all in the Halig Tree. So you have to defeat, that's somewhere in this area, I think. It's hard, I don't remember exactly. You have to defeat Millicent, or you have to help Millicent defeat her sisters. And then you save and come back, or you camp out and come back, and she'll be dying. And you take the needle back when she's dead, which will make sense when you do her quest line. You take the needle back, and then after you've beaten Millennia, which is the requirement, after you've beaten Millennia, there's a flower in her room, and you stab the needle into the flower, which will return you to an unalloyed, is it alloyed or unalloyed? Anyway, I think becomes an unalloyed needle again. That can then be taken to Crumbling Farum Azula, which is this place out here, and you do something with it. I've never done it, but you do something with it in the Dragon Room, where Placidusix is, and you can undo the Frenzied Flame. But unless you go through that entire series and you haven't locked yourself out of it, once you have done the Frenzied Flame step, you're locked in. You're fully locked into it. Oh boy. There we go. Ten. It's max. I'm like level 350. 345. This character. So this, I have not done a significant amount of playthrough with this blade, so this is a modification to a build that I was messing with previously. Which used a different weapon, a completely different weapon, to be clear. It's not actually what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Oh, I'm out of range. Aw, oh, come on. Alright, get my... That can be a very difficult fight. The key is, are you caster or are you melee? Ouch! Oi! You know what? We're gonna go full big body boss mode here. So, if you are having a hard time with a boss like that in melee, one thing to consider, are you using a mimic as your summon spirit? This is gonna get painful. Ah, Rivers of Blood's an excellent sword. Can never really argue that. Oh yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you're gonna have a hell of a time beating it if it's not leveled up to. Not, it doesn't have to be 10, but it's got to be higher than that. The difference in damage between like a level 1 and a level 10 is obscene. I'll show you. Hang on. It's unbelievable the difference that it can actually make. When you're low level, it's not a big deal, but as you go up in levels, it's really huge. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me go back to here. Wait, you're level 328? If you're level 328, you've got to be able to do hold on. I should have another Uchi Katana. Well, alright, Moonveil, that'll do. Alright, so at level 328, you should not be having a problem on your first playthrough with that boss. So I'm going to show you the difference in those weapons. So I'm going to do that actually on the shelf. Oh, I can't go there yet. Never mind. That's right. Sorry, I forgot that I'm actually early game because I started a new playthrough. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference between a unleveled and a level 10, for example, how much of a difference it can be. So this is Moonveil, which is a great weapon. Alright, so hold on, which one do I have? Oh, we're about to find out. I'm not even sure which one I have on me right now. I have two of them on there. So I'm going to run up to this guy and I'm going to hit him. And you'll be able to tell almost immediately whether I'm using the level 1 or the level 10. It's just a basic hit. I'm not doing any special attack. So 383, 383. So hitting for 383. So this is the other Moonveil. 64. 64. So that's the difference. So it took all of that versus this is the, again, we're back to the level 10 Moonveil, the one that's been leveled up. So you watch that. Yes, the best place to get smithing stones, if you don't know where else to go, are going to be in the tunnels. But I'm going to offer you a different piece of advice. Whoever it is that crapped all of that gear and runes and everything on you did not do you any favors. The game is... let me Stick around. I'll show you where to get smithing stones early on in the game, and or at least where to get it. You have been places that are dropping smithing stones, so ideally you should have some. But the bell bearings, and you want to look up where to get those, that's really what you want to be after to get items like that. So I'm going to load a level 36 tube. This is level 36. I am using a broadsword that's not even leveled up, and a shield that's +4. There are two things that you need to be able to do. Okay? One of them is that attack. I have my guard up. I'm using a shield to guard, but it doesn't have to be a shield. He hits. And then I do a heavy hit immediately back. And it will... Now, these are lower level than I am. But that's the single... One of the most important melee things that you should have. And keep in mind here, now I'm using just the broadsword. Right? No shield at all. I'm going to let this guy hit me, and I can do the same thing. It depends on the weapon user. What weapon are you using right now? I would use Rivers of Blood. The other thing is learning how to parry, which is this. I'm going to wait for him to try and hit me. So that you do with a shield. That second thing I just showed, the parry. Or you need an item with parry on it. So there's a parrying dagger you can use instead. But the key on this one is timing. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know that I would use Rivers of Blood with a shield, because that's a very aggressive weapon. But Rivers of Blood on its own isn't enough. If it's not leveled up, you're just not going to do much damage with it. Not at your level. And so you're going to be hitting bosses and just not doing much damage, which make the fights take forever, and that's going to run you out of resources. Oh, this tune's not going to have it. Never mind. Let me go back. I think I have Rivers of Blood and it's not leveled up. Let me check. Yeah, I mean, I would normally not use Rivers of Blood with a shield. I would use it without a shield, but again, you gotta level it up. Hold on, sword chest. I should have at least one Rivers of Blood in here. There it is. Okay, so this is Rivers of Blood. So Rivers of Blood not being leveled up. And here is a leveled up dagger. Misery Cord. And here, I'll use it. This is without a shield. So here's Rivers of Blood, not leveled up, with all the advantages I have with my tune and my stuff. So eventually, the bleed will build up. That was the bleed. Right? I don't have the stamina. Hold on. I ran out of stam. I'm slow rolling too. So when you see that blood explosion, that's what's setting it off. So you've seen how long it took for me to kill those guys with an unleveled Rivers of Blood. This is a dagger, right? So I'm not even two-handing it or anything. I'm just using it normally. 3 hits, he's dead. Here, I'll make sure this guy is aware that I'm attacking him. 4 hits, he's dead. Leveling up a weapon is a substantial increase in the amount of damage that it does. I kind of can't emphasize that enough. So, all right, going back to the question, you want to look for tunnels. Well, what I'm using right now is Misery Cord. The reason for Misery Cord is actually completely different. Misery Cord does an obscene amount of crit damage. You're welcome. Smithing stones. Let me actually give you an answer to that. So the smithing stones are actually... You want to look for... hold on, this will take just a minute. I just need to get down below this cliff. I don't know if there's a place to go down over here. No. Give me a sec. This I can go down. Nope, not here, but I can go down just a little bit over here. New game +5. So this is at the beginning of the game, right? This is, I'm here, right? So here's Kale, that's the beginning, very beginning of the game. Oh, and let me... So yeah, Caleb, I did just start new game. What sword is Mason using, or what sword am I using? So in these tunnels, you see these guys, okay? They're actually really irritating to kill, but they drop smithing stones, and then see this yellow thing in the wall? That's a smithing stone. So smithing stones in walls like that will only happen once. You only get one stab at those. But these guys, see, he just dropped one. So you can also farm these guys for smithing stones. What I recommend is that you use a big weapon, not a little one for these guys, unless you're going to crit. So you saw how much I was hitting those guys for? Watch what this crit does. So here, this is the... this is a colossal sword that's leveled up 377, right? Alright, let me get one of these guys to crit. Oh, rats. Generally, you're much better off critting these guys. There's actually an entrance that I need to go to behind me, but I wanted to find a guy to backstab. So one hit from that was 370 something. Watch this. 863. Hold on. Oh, crap. Actually. Sorry. So, crits are a great way to do damage to these guys, but the primary damage is actually done by big weapons. So, but farming those guys, they're the ones that will drop those smithing stones if you're willing to go through and hit them over and over again. But, hold on. There's an entrance there. From afar. I really need to do that. Again, another one in the wall. So these tunnels are where you want to find smithing stones, just for future reference. Alright, this is going to be silly, but we'll do it. That blood spatter. Hey, sup. Ooh. Yo. Oh, I know I have my shield on. Alright, go to entrance. Yep. Alright. Hold on. Back to where I was. Yeah, I've set myself up to be a very hardened tune. So stuff is definitely hitting harder, but it's not that big a deal. She doesn't seem to want to help me with dragons very much. Probably should have thought of that before I summoned her. See if she's gonna help me with this guy. Dumb bastard. I don't think she's going to help me very much with this guy. Oh, I'm have fat rolling. What did I still have in my equipment? There we go. The big guy. Ah! Come on. Now it runs away. One day I'll kill it before it runs away. If you hit him hard enough, you can actually kill him before he does that, but I failed. Ronnie's Rise. These? No. Because I don't have a bow on me. I have a bow, but if I carry it, it'll be... Those slots are arrow only. Arrows, bolts, whatever. They're ammunition only. These slots are ammunition only. These are for arrows, these are for bolts. Did that answer your question? I hope.
Oh, I believe us. It pleaseth but tarnish. I have no intrigue. Wilt thou? I am the that I might well. I soured, but I require. I anticipate. Good. There is. I would have thee. I have called. Ah, heed not. I am sure. Thou needs. It hath been a.
All right, so now I need to meet everybody. One of whom is a conniving bastard, Saluvius. So, talk to this guy until he is out of text.
Together.
Now, I think I have to talk to him again, FYI. Blade.
Name's Blight. Glad to have you. Well, I'm situated
Blight.
in Eternals. I'm planning to go. See if I can. Don't keep me wait.
Alright. And this guy. He is the evil of them.
Yes. I don't know what's... Come and pay should if it were up but who. Come and pay should if it were up but who.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure he's got nothing.
Don't keep me waiting.
Yeah, don't keep me waiting, eh? But I think I've had a case where I had to talk to this guy again. Or she wouldn't clear, and I don't know why. I may have failed to get through all his text the first time through. But you're stuck in this little space in the tower until you finish that little quest.
I shall, and it will be this doll's still. I look, and it will be. I look.
All right, that finishes this area. There is one thing to consider, two things to consider while you're here. One is breaking all the crap in her tower by riding it through it on a horse. Always fun. I'm not sure if I'm going to do his quest line or not, but I'm going to advance it far enough.
Well, did you not read? Perhaps I'd like you to. Even you. Good. Now I shall. I expect.
Oh, hold on.
The only thing are we, and I haven't.
Right, now I played it out. Okay, so there is one other thing. You may or may not have seen this before. For those that are watching. Okay, you do have to be careful how you drop. Notice 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you? Why not? Let's please. A little.
And he's got stuff for sale. Carrion Retaliation is actually a good one to buy. Yeah, and of course, Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook 7. I already have it, so can't buy it. Alright, I'm done with that. That gets me past that point. So now the question is do I want to get the Dectus pieces? Or do I want to go around it? Given what time it is, I don't know that I have much. So I could... I'm debating. Actually, what I really want is this. I really want to get my invasions out of the way. do. Of course. Of course. That's one. Wait, where am I? Okay. I know where I am. I have to kill those guys again. Alright. But first, we are going to inventory. Where's the fingers? There we go. So this is what I was after. Of course, you can always use another rune arc.
So I told thee that I will help you was my other.
Alright, don't need that. But now we're heading to under there. Mark that there. Not sure that's probably the best place to get there from. Time? I'm almost out of time. There's the toxic stuff. she's not here, there is a reason to actually get her questline far enough to get her here. I don't care. I'm not using all the stuff I have anyway. So there is a perfumer here. Now, I do suggest when you get to this pot that you roll into it.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Well, oh, aye, we're finished. Because, my beggar, you must keep... And if, then please give... At your medallion, it's only, but for dear... Alas.
And bye, old man. Alright, and now back to here.
That I possess, or have you caused my other? Oh, so then I've no. Let's try. My apology. I hope that. Would you go? There is something. Will you show? If you accept of the where. Thank you, kind. They say in castles. Farewell. I will go with the time. Forgive me. Call upon me when needed.
I will.
And I will fight at your side.
Alright. The other half is... it's down here. Where? There. Which I get to from here, which I get to from here, which I get to... Bleh. Ah, that's funny. Alright. I'm going to call it in about 2 minutes. I am going to... Yeah. I'm going to amuse myself by making these guys fly. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to call it here. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and follow, and all those good things. And I will be back. Hopefully I will see y'all soon.